Something extraordinary is unfolding today, December 7th, 2025. The energy in the air is different, rare, potent, and deeply transformative. The universe is shifting in ways that are almost invisible, yet unmistakably powerful for those who are awake and attentive. Subtle currents of change are moving through life, guiding those ready to step into a divine miracle. Today, a moment emerges that appears ordinary on the surface, yet carries the potential to open doors that have long remained closed. These are not random events, they are precise signals, carefully aligned with the rhythms of the cosmos. Only a few will notice them, but for those who do, everything begins to resonate differently. In this video, 6 rare signs will be revealed, signals that mark the threshold of a miracle. Each sign carries its own wisdom, drawn from ancient Shaolin teachings and the practices of mindful mastery, blending the seen and unseen. By the end of this journey, viewers will understand how to recognize these shifts, how to align with them, and how to harness their energy to transform everyday life into something extraordinary. Hidden within these signs are lessons often overlooked, subtle insights into timing, intuition, and inner discipline that quietly shape destiny. Every moment carries potential, yet only those who cultivate awareness can sense it. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, a space where ancient wisdom meets the subtle currents of modern life. Subscribe now and step with us into the unfolding miracle of today. The signs are here, and the path is ready for those willing to walk it. A quiet moment arrives when the noise of life fades, and suddenly the mind feels like still water. Thoughts no longer crowd or tangle, but flow with an effortless clarity that surprises even the most restless heart. Decisions that once seemed heavy now emerge naturally, as if a hidden guide has lifted the veil of confusion. This is the first sign, the awakening of inner clarity. In the Shaolin tradition, the mind is trained like a sword. It must be honed, tempered, and balanced. Clarity does not appear by chance. It is earned through discipline, through the patient cultivation of awareness in every breath, every movement, every fleeting thought. The monk sitting in meditation learns to notice the smallest shift in energy, the subtlest ripple in emotion, until the mind becomes a mirror of the present moment. Today, this same principle reaches those who are ready. Patterns that were invisible before now begin to emerge. Repeated signs, subtle synchronicities, and gentle nudges from life itself align to reveal a path that feels unmistakably true. There is a sensation of harmony, an unspoken understanding that what unfolds is not random but guided. Even in silence, clarity speaks. It whispers through intuition, through the sudden knowing that a decision is right, a choice is aligned, a step is meant to be taken. It is not loud or forceful. It is patient, calm, and unshakable. To notice this clarity is to recognize the first sign of a divine shift. It is a reminder that the mind, when trained and still, can perceive truths that elude the hurried and distracted. The world continues around you, but you move within it with a sense of precision, purpose, and quiet certainty. The currents of life no longer pull blindly. They guide those who have learned to see with the eyes of awareness. There comes a moment when the world seems to tremble and shift, yet the heart remains steady, unmoved by the storm. Chaos may roar around, events may twist unexpectedly, and uncertainty may press from all sides, but within, there is a calm that feels almost sacred. This is the second sign, the presence of serenity amidst upheaval. In the Shaolin tradition, monks learn to cultivate an unshakable mind. They move with the understanding that life's turbulence is not an enemy, but a mirror reflecting the mind's readiness. Through years of meditation, disciplined breathing, and mindful movement, the practitioner discovers a quiet space inside, untouched by fear, anxiety, or impatience. It is here, in this inner sanctuary, that true power resides. Equanimity is more than stillness. It is mastery over reaction. When events twist unexpectedly, the one who has trained the mind does not cling, resist, or panic. Instead, there is observation, acceptance, and measured response. The Shaolin master teaches that calm is not passive. It is active alignment with the natural flow of life. Today, this ancient wisdom manifests in those attuned to subtle shifts of energy. A mind that remains calm while the world trembles signals readiness for a deeper transformation. It is a silent acknowledgement that the currents of the divine are at work and resistance is no longer needed. Actions taken from this place of serenity carry precision, clarity, and resonance with higher purpose. To embody calm amid uncertainty is to step into alignment with forces greater than the self. It is to navigate life with eyes open, yet heart undisturbed, knowing that the miracle does not arrive through frantic effort, but through the disciplined patience and presence cultivated over time. The world may roar, yet within there is a river of stillness, guiding every step with quiet certainty. There are moments when life begins to speak in patterns, gentle yet unmistakable. A sequence of numbers appears repeatedly, a stranger offers words that linger, or an unexpected meeting opens a door that seemed closed. These are not mere accidents, but subtle whispers from the universe, signs that the path is aligned, that guidance is quietly present. This is the third sign, the arrival of unexpected synchronicities. In the teachings of ancient masters, the world is not random. Every interaction, every sound, every movement carries meaning. Shaolin wisdom emphasizes disciplined attention to the present moment, for in that presence, patterns reveal themselves. The monk who observes without distraction learns to see the hidden connections threading life together. Synchronicities, though small, are markers of this hidden order. The mind trained in awareness notices these gentle nudges. A repeated number is no longer ignored. A fleeting message from a passerby becomes a lesson, and chance encounters reveal guidance where once there was uncertainty. Each small event is a thread, and as these threads weave together, the tapestry of your journey becomes visible. Paying attention is the practice. Daily life often rushes past, yet the disciplined mind finds the stillness necessary to recognize these signs. It is in the quiet observation, in the moments of pause between actions, that the divine speaks. These synchronicities are confirmations, small alignments, signaling that each step taken is in harmony with the greater flow. To follow them is not to rely on luck, but to trust the cultivated awareness of the self. The ordinary transforms into extraordinary when perception meets readiness. Life begins to hum with subtle messages, guiding without force, inviting without demand, and showing the way to those who have trained their senses to see what is often unseen. A quiet fire often rises within when the spirit senses its own potential. Suddenly, there is a yearning, not fleeting but persistent, to refine the mind, strengthen the body, and deepen the heart. This is the fourth sign, the awakening drive for self-mastery. It begins as a subtle insistence, a call from within that urges discipline and attention, guiding each step toward growth. In the wisdom of Shaolin, mastery is never given. It is earned through consistent practice, patience, and awareness. The monk trains not for recognition or reward, but for alignment, an inner harmony that resonates outward, drawing life into balance. Every repetition, every breath, every moment of focus becomes a building block of transformation. Those who heed this inner call feel a natural pull toward practices that refine the self, aligning them with forces greater than themselves. This awakening does not demand grand gestures. It manifests in small, deliberate choices, sitting in meditation to observe the mind, moving the body with mindfulness to honor its strength, or engaging fully in one task at a time with complete attention. Each act of discipline is a quiet step toward readiness, a signal that the inner self is preparing to meet extraordinary circumstances with clarity and composure. The drive for self-mastery may feel urgent, yet it is tempered by patience. Shaolin teachings emphasize that the path unfolds gradually, like a river carving a canyon, persistent, steady, and unwavering. Each day offers the opportunity to nurture this alignment through mindful action, intentional thought, and careful observation of one's own energy. When the inner fire is recognized and cultivated, it transforms into a steady current of purpose. It is not ambition born of ego, but a disciplined awakening that guides toward higher resonance. Those who embrace this energy step closer to the divine shift, prepared to navigate life with precision, insight, and the quiet strength that comes from mastery of mind, body, and spirit. There comes a moment when the heart expands quietly and the suffering of others is felt as if it were one's own. A passing glance, a whispered word, or a subtle expression can stir deep empathy, awakening a sensitivity that was previously dormant. This is the fifth sign, the emergence of heightened compassion, a reflection of alignment with higher spiritual energy. In the teachings of ancient masters, the cultivation of compassion is inseparable from inner mastery. Shaolin philosophy emphasizes that strength is not measured by force alone, but by the ability to act with integrity, understanding, and restraint. A mind disciplined in awareness naturally perceives the currents of emotion around it, and a heart trained in mindfulness responds with kindness rather than judgment. This awakening shifts priorities. The trivial concerns of ego, status, and material gain begin to fade, replaced by a subtle insistence on moral clarity and ethical action. Every interaction carries weight, every choice an opportunity to practice empathy. Even small gestures, a patient word, an attentive ear, or an unspoken act of support become expressions of the inner alignment that signals readiness for a miracle. Discipline in self-mastery now extends beyond the self. Meditation and mindful reflection sharpen perception, allowing one to feel the undercurrents of human experience with greater clarity. Physical and mental practices harmonize the body and mind, yet it is the heart's awakening that bridges personal mastery with the unseen currents of divine guidance. As compassion deepens, life's relationships and encounters take on new significance. The world is no longer merely a stage for personal achievement, but a mirror for understanding and growth. Sensitivity, when tempered by wisdom, becomes a compass, guiding each action toward harmony, balance, and alignment with forces beyond the ordinary. In this subtle shift, the soul begins to resonate with the quiet, powerful energy of the divine, preparing for the transformative moments that lie ahead. A quiet voice often rises from within, subtle, yet unmistakable, guiding attention toward paths unseen. It may appear as a sudden thought, a gentle nudge, or a sense of certainty that cannot be explained by reason alone. This is the sixth sign, the awakening of intuitive guidance, a bridge between inner mastery and the unfolding miracle. In the ancient teachings of Shaolin, intuition is cultivated through disciplined observation and stillness. The mind trained in awareness begins to sense patterns, opportunities, and subtle energies that the ordinary eye cannot perceive. Meditation, mindful movement, and conscious reflection create a receptive space where these insights can emerge, unclouded by doubt or distraction. The intuitive mind, like a finely tuned instrument, resonates with the deeper currents of life. Acting on these gentle prompts is as important as noticing them. Even the smallest step taken in alignment with inner guidance amplifies the flow of the divine. A decision made from quiet certainty, rather than fear or hesitation, sets events into motion in ways that seem almost miraculous. Each deliberate action, however subtle, reinforces the connection between self-mastery and higher purpose. Hesitation, on the other hand, can delay the alignment. The mind may question, overanalyze, or seek external confirmation, yet the moment of readiness is often fleeting. The discipline cultivated through mindfulness allows one to trust these inner signals without doubt. It is a trust born of patience, experience, and careful attention, a trust that transforms ordinary choices into gateways for extraordinary transformation. Those attuned to this inner guidance move with quiet precision. Life begins to respond to their presence, offering opportunities, synchronistic encounters, and subtle confirmations along the way. Each intuitive step becomes both a practice and a declaration. The soul is awake, the mind is steady, and the heart is aligned with the currents of the divine. In this harmony, the miracle shift unfolds naturally, inviting the prepared to move with clarity, courage, and subtle power. There is a quiet rhythm to the days, a subtle pulse woven into the fabric of time itself. Sunday carries its own resonance, a gentle invitation to pause, reflect, and attune. December 7th, 2025, falls on such a day, amplifying the currents of energy that flow quietly but powerfully beneath the surface. This is a day when alignment with the natural cycles becomes more accessible, when stillness can open doors that remain closed on ordinary days. In Shaolin tradition, timing is not arbitrary. Every movement, every meditation, and every moment of reflection is attuned to cycles of nature, to the rising and setting of the sun, and to the subtle shifts in energy that accompany days, months, and seasons. The masters understand that action taken in harmony with these rhythms carries greater resonance, as if the universe itself supports the efforts of the disciplined and aware. On this Sunday, the energy is more than symbolic. It is a living force, inviting attention and quiet receptivity. The practice of stillness, sitting with the mind calm, observing the breath, feeling the body's alignment, allows one to sense the day's unique vibration. Reflection becomes a tool to recognize patterns, to notice what is emerging, and to prepare for the rare shifts that this date heralds. Even simple actions, walking mindfully, meditating in silence, or observing the natural world, become ways to attune to the day's power. The disciplined mind notices what is often overlooked, subtle nudges, fleeting thoughts, or gentle inspirations that carry significance. The energy of Sunday, when honored with awareness and intention, deepens clarity, strengthens intuition, and harmonizes the body, mind, and spirit. This alignment is quiet yet profound. It reminds that the universe moves in cycles, and those who observe, reflect, and act with mindful precision step into its flow. On December 7th, 2025, the resonance of Sunday becomes a bridge, a channel through which preparation meets opportunity, and stillness transforms into readiness for the extraordinary. The human being is a vessel of three interconnected forces: body, mind, and spirit. When these elements move in harmony, life begins to reveal patterns and signs that were previously hidden. Miracles are not merely external events, they are reflections of inner alignment. Only when the body, mind, and spirit resonate together does the subtle guidance of the universe become perceptible. In ancient Shaolin practice, mastery of the self is never fragmented. The body is trained through disciplined movement, posture, and breath, cultivating strength and resilience. The mind is refined through meditation, observation, and reflection, learning to see clearly beyond distraction and illusion. The spirit is nourished through ethical action, compassion, and inner honesty, allowing energy to flow freely and purposefully. Each aspect strengthens the others, creating a balanced foundation from which awareness naturally arises. Mindfulness is the key that links these three dimensions. A body that moves with awareness, a mind that observes without attachment, and a spirit that acts with integrity together form a field of alignment. Within this field, subtle signs emerge: repeated numbers, intuitive nudges, synchronistic encounters, and moments of clarity. They are not random, they appear because the inner self is ready to perceive them. Discipline and practice shape this readiness. Small daily rituals, breathwork, meditation, mindful movement, or conscious reflection train attention and cultivate receptivity. Over time, the practitioner becomes attuned to the rhythms of life, able to recognize guidance and act in harmony with it. When all three elements are integrated, life begins to feel fluid yet purposeful. Decisions arise with clarity, challenges are met with calm, and the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. Miracles are not imposed from outside. They are revealed to those who have prepared themselves internally, who have made themselves visible through mastery, presence, and aligned action. In this harmony, the divine subtly unfolds, inviting the ready to move with insight and grace. As the day unfolds, the six rare signs: clarity, calm, synchronicities, self-mastery, compassion, and intuition begin to reveal their quiet power. Each one is a signal, not of chance, but of alignment, a reflection of inner readiness meeting the subtle currents of the universe. The miracle is not something distant or imposed from outside. It is born from harmony within, from a mind at peace, a heart open, and a spirit attuned to the flow of life. Notice the subtle shifts around you, the gentle nudges, the moments of insight. Let each step be guided by awareness and intention. Trust the energy of this day. Embrace stillness when it calls, and act with mindful presence. Even the smallest act, grounded in clarity and compassion, carries the resonance of transformation. Carry these lessons into your daily life. Observe, reflect, and align. Allow the currents of timing, intuition, and discipline to guide your choices. In this way, the extraordinary becomes part of the ordinary, and every moment can hold the quiet power of a miracle. Thank you for walking this path with us today. If you found these insights meaningful, support our journey by liking this video and subscribing to Shaolin Soulfire. Let the energy of awareness and alignment continue to guide you today and always, with calm, clarity, and quiet strength.